Welcome!
Happy Wednesday!
Happy Wednesday.
We had a whole thing planned for today to go into week 2 of healing through the body, but I feel like we are really overdue for a Work It Out Wednesday.
So we're shifting gears.
Just wasn't feeling it.
I believe this will be my first Work It Out Wednesday that I'm going to put up.
But give me like a good focus for the whole Wednesday. All the changes going on.
Oh my god, there's so many.
Great end.
How's everybody else feeling? We're in July. Like halfway through the year.
I'm getting there.
Oh my goodness.
Oh my gosh, I don't have to pull up my notes. That's
Summer's
so nice.
in full swing. Oh boy. Kids are going to the pools. So many sleepovers. Birthdays. Oh my gosh, we have so many birthdays during the summer.
All of the birthdays.
All of the birthdays.
Our anniversary.
Yes, that too.
Can I make this bigger? Oh no, I jumped out. Yeah.
Yours does that too?
Yeah. Oh, there we go.
Yeah, I found it. It's right there.
Put down like where are
Where
my
are the
comments and
comments?
notes? I'm working on it. Oh, yeah,
We're getting there. Don't worry about
I'm working here. I'm pushing the things. Da 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 da.
It was like 98 yesterday, and then it was 98 again today.
Fuck, dude.
It's been ridiculous.
It's gross.
It was so incredibly... You know what? I'm pretty freaking sure that this heat is setting off my car alarm.
What?
Yeah.
I am like 95% sure. Because it's always when it's incredibly hot, and it's always when my windows are rolled up.
Middle of the day, we'll just
There we go.
have to go shut it off.
Mm.
Just randomly.
First couple times you can like get up and like, oh, somebody's messing with my car, but
How
After
many
so many-
times? Yeah.
after so many times,
That's
it's
a
like,
fat cat.
right? Or something, but there's nothing there.
An army of squirrels.
Just closed windows, and it's excruciatingly hot out.
Oh my gosh, my cousin's girlfriend left her window down and a mice got stuck up in her seat and died. Or the cat put it in there as a gift, but my money's on it, snuck up in there and died. And then we had to like completely remove his seat and go digging for it. Well,
That's
he did.
pretty
He had to go
awful.
digging for it.
That's
Yeah.
I don't feel like that's something that's going to happen often, though.
Yeah. No, I know. It was just a shared experience.
If anything,
We're talking about animals and cars.
I
It's
feel
like, that's
like
my story.
a wasp would be more prone to getting into my vehicle. And then I'd have to send the wasp whisperer out to go and coax him out.
nah, dude. I put my hand out there.
Like
And then
Jupiter
you go put 'em
Rising.
somewhere else. Yep.
He's just royalty. They just come to him.
Come here, my brothers. Like the bee dreams. I think
That was really
interesting.
cool.
Yeah,
That was really cool.
enjoyed that. So, guys, anybody that's here? Wow, do we like really don't have anybody on here? Is it
Alba's
just-
here.
Why don't I see any of this?
Or Iris.
Iris.
What are we calling her?
We're gonna call her Iris.
Iris.
That's what she goes by.
Iris.
Iris.
Welcome.
Well, hello.
Why don't I have that?
I feel
It's
like I just saw
frustrating.
you.
It's the craziest thing.
What's been going on?
Oh, dude, I uprooted everything I've done for the last 4 years and decided to completely change companies, and I'm trying to change shifts.
So how do you like that hurry up and wait stage?
Ah, dude, it's brutal.
Yeah.
I'm so used to going to work every day or having things every day. And this whole 3 weeks of nothing has been like, at first it's like, sweet, I get to rest. And then my body was like,
Anxiety-ridden.
oh, dude, why are you not moving?
We got things to do. Why aren't you doing the things?
So my body fucked me up for a while. And then once that healed, and I finally got, well rested enough to allow my body to heal, then it was just anxiety. Like I should be doing something. It was a good time.
Should be doing something.
Yeah.
I feel that when I feel that way, I intentionally don't do the things, and I tell myself, all right, this is like a physical response, and it's a trained response. So now I gotta ask myself, like, do I really need to be doing something? Or is it just that I'm so used to always doing something? Maybe this is distracting from just doing that hard R word. The rest.
There's a whole lot of
relaxation.
Yeah.
As much as you practice going with the flow,
Mm-hmm.
how do you go with the flow?
Yeah,
when the flow doesn't feel right.
And how do you do it when it is like waiting? Like you've already done all the things, so now it's like you are literally playing the waiting game for the next piece of information so you can move forward. And like, you could be doing things, but there's nothing for you to do. Those moments are the hardest for me. What do you fill that with?
Usually nothing good.
Yeah, right? I'm saying. I mean, and video games takes the edge off. Documentaries takes the edge off.
You know what's wild about it all, too, is that the kids, we started the summer schedule with our parenting plan with the kids. So after you stopped, the kids were gone.
Hey,
so
Judy.
It's just an empty house.
And it's all quiet. And there's
it's
no energy
quiet,
moving
nobody's
around.
there. So it's just you and your feelings and your mind and
you feel like
whatever you got going on, whether the TV's on.
You feel like
it's too much noise because you might open up your phone and then you're thinking, and now everything else is just, it's too loud. So we gotta shut it off.
I feel like you can hear the dust flakes dropping.
Judy's here.
Welcome, Judy.
Well, hello.
Oh, yeah.
I had to do that the other day. It was so quiet in here. So quiet. I could hear my refrigerator running.
Uh-oh.
I don't like that.
I feel like I've been hearing buzzing more often. Yeah.
Like the lights buzzing.
Yeah.
Yeah, same.
Elijah's gone. Julian's gone. The kids are gone.
Everyone's gone.
I know.
I mean, on one side, it's been kind of nice having that peace and that quiet and the ability to be in any room and do whatever I need to do.
Yeah.
But on the other side of that, I just miss them guys.
I feel that.
I can't imagine.
It's like a guilty pleasure. It feels good, but then you feel bad for enjoying it.
Yeah.
I don't know that I feel bad for enjoying it. I really enjoy getting my own peace. I think where I start to feel bad is when I get my own peace and I'm not productive with it. Because it's like, man, I could be spending time with my kids. And instead, like, I'm not even doing this. I'm not even doing something productive with my life. Like, the very least you could do, Brayden, is be productive. So then it's like breaking out of that mind thoughts, right? Because that's not necessarily like healthy or growth oriented. It's a little bit guilt trippy.
That's where I've been trying to do the schedule. It's like pick the 3 things that you need to do today. What needs to happen today? Because today is Wednesday, so these things need to happen. All right. Well, I can do 2 of those things. One of those things I can't do until the next day, so unfortunately, whether I wanted to or not, I can't. These 2 things have to happen. Okay, I'm going to knock these out. All right, I did it. It might seem really stupid because 2 things getting done in an entire day doesn't feel like being productive.
You know what I think, though? I think it's an open door to more productivity. Because if you get those 2...
It really allows me to enjoy the other things that I do because I did get something done.
And then that allows for inspiration to take place instead of, like, holding yourself to this level of hard, rigid accountability for your day. And then you get to view the different kind of progress you make.
I do have to say, though, after I made that schedule, I didn't do it for 3 days.
But you built it.
I did. I built it, but I didn't do any of it.
Well, I still haven't. We're like 2-3 weeks into being certified, and I haven't made any announcement or changed my profile. Well, I changed a little bit of it, but not enough to say I've done the work. So yeah, I've been. It's been a really, really slow burn.
It's been a rough couple weeks.
Yeah.
I think the hardest part is knowing where to start, knowing when to announce that, knowing what it should be structured like. I mean,
yeah,
it's
there's
like
a lot that goes.
Life is so incredibly chaotic to even think about doing half of those things. With the kids and the summer schedules and everything else happening and work and
mine is not the chaos.
Laundry.
Mine is definitely just the pile itself. It's like, if it's small enough, I can put it off till tomorrow because it's still a day's worth of work. But then eventually that pile's too big for a day's worth of work. And now I'm like, gosh, I got to put this off for when I have a whole day to commit to it. So then it's a damned if you do, damned if you don't scenario. I've literally got myself stuck in a perspective that keeps me stuck. So that's my struggle, is learning how to break that mentality, break that habit, that what is deep in my brain, and I want to obliterate that road.
That's a good first step, though.
Yeah. Yeah, it's rough.
Keep using the elephant analogy.
Yeah.
For everything.
One bite at a time, guys.
One bite at a time. Just make it happen.
Wham, thank you, man.
But it's hard, man. It's really hard. Taking that first step is the hardest part.
And then like having grace with yourself while still holding yourself accountable and being firm is like, how do you not get down on yourself for dropping the ball, but how do you also like hold yourself accountable to not drop the ball?
It's been emotional. I feel like it's been an emotional couple of weeks. Like, hello, summer. I haven't cried this much since I don't know when. Holy cow.
I've been getting a lot of downloads. I feel like I've been.
It's like as much as there's all this stuff going on in life and children and house, and I want to have fun and I want to get shit done.
I have that same feeling. Man, I haven't been outside a lot. I've been guilty hiding in my room and jerk the dirt on the computer trying to do some semblance of work. And just like, Brayden, like, I really want to be outside. I just want to go out there and just
Guilt.
Just give me a
Grief.
couple hours out there.
Guilt.
But
Grief.
then, like, where do I go? How far do I want to travel to enjoy where I want to go? I'm burned out on Zoom and Trail. Done it enough times.
Right.
All of those.
Right.
Like, I'm just, get me tonight.
I want to go camping.
Yeah. Yeah. But I gotta get my truck. It's part of the camping. I can't take that little car tonight. There's no game boy on God's finger. Let's go up that road.
If I'm going to leave my house, I want to come back home to a clean house, which means I'd have to clean my house, which is something I already need to do.
Yeah.
But it's just, where do you start?
Yep.
I don't want to.
And what's enough?
And it's hot. I've got so many excuses out the wazoo. I'd rather go swimming. That's not camping. I can come back. I'll do it when it's cooler. I'll do it later this evening.
But that show.
Yeah. Now it's 6 a.m. I'm tired.
I'm saying.
We should go to bed.
I feel that, and then you con yourself with just one episode. I've got enough wherewithal. I can do one episode and quit, and then there you are, 3 hours, 6 episodes deep. God,
Did it again.
Yep. Like, do I just keep binging at this point? Do I just
I'll
give
just
up?
do it later.
Or I bounce back
Tomorrow.
Yeah, that
Gosh dang it.
That one is that's the habit I gotta get rid of.
And
I'll
then
do it later.
The 4th of July is like sneaking up on me.
Yeah.
Oh, well, if I was going to do it on the weekend, maybe I'll do it after the 4th of July. Oh, wait, I got this happening on that day. And I got something that day after. So I got to do it like before the 4th of July.
Yeah.
Dang it.
Thursday was supposed to be a really productive day for Brayden, and that went out the window real quick this week. And I feel like it's karmic. And I think that's why I got a little bit angry about the whole situation, because I'm like, if I would have just did my work yesterday instead of sitting as a slump playing video games all day, I bet this situation wouldn't have came up. But it's like the universe is like, fine, you want to fuck off my time? I'll fuck off yours. Here we go.
Ready?
We're going to mirror what's inside. Are you ready? Oh, okay. All right. Okay, I get it.
Fine.
I'll do better.
Man.
I mean, I guess I did a little bit on the computer yesterday. It wasn't the whole day, but like computer time compared to gaming time, I might as well have just been playing all day. I don't feel bad about it, but I recognize that I could have been much more productive. It was a lot of fun to play. The old addiction came back, but just one more quest. All right, after this quest. But they build those quests so they feed into this quest. You're like, I gotta go chase this real quick. That fear of missing out a little bit. And the old games aren't like that. Like, Chrono Cross isn't like that. You've got things that you do and then you finish them and you're like, all right, this is the next part of the story. But it's so broken apart that you no, that's the next part of the story. You got some time, you can go dink around, go find some stuff to do.
Grind some levels.
Yeah, and side questing wasn't really a thing unless you were getting people into your party. So like your side quest was getting party members. It wasn't going and finding some random piece of treasure in some cave as a distractor. That's what video games do. That's what it is. It's such a great building tool, but it has a built-in distractor. And that's where it trips you up. You gotta recognize which side quests are really like.
That's why I don't pick up video games, man.
Yeah, it's
like I already
it's
know.
all
I already know before I do it. I've done it before. Every time I
Every
pick up a
time.
controller, I'm attached to it for like 5 or 6
Mm.
hours, and I don't feel okay afterwards.
Mhm.
Like, oh man, I just sat here staring at the wall for 6 hours. I don't feel that way when I watch TV. For whatever reason, it's completely different.
See, and I'm your opposite. I don't know. I like games if I can sit there and internalize. Like games are cool if I can internalize my thoughts while I'm playing games, because sometimes things in games happen that remind me of what's going on in my life. I can draw the parallels, so I look for those. But then there are other times where you play games that can't give you meaning. They are like my Tetris game that I have. I fucking love it. It's addicting. You're chasing the high of beating the level, and it's hard. But it's so like it's arbitrary. It doesn't give me any kind of value other than I can put shapes together in really complicated fashions and make solid brick lines. You know?
It's funny. It's funny. You know,
For the slide out block game, that's
I feel like I've been feeling and sitting with the emotions a lot lately.
another one. I could agree with that sentiment. A weird emotionally charged
this summer.
past couple weeks. No, definitely.
This summer, what a start off to summer. 2025.
You haven't seen
Here
your
we
son
go.
in 2 years. It's a long time.
That is a long time to go without seeing a child.
Mm-hmm.
I can't imagine. My son, my oldest, is going to be gone until August, I believe. And I know that's already kind of been a little rough for me. So I feel you. Feels weird.
Oh, you big
On
softy.
the
I
other
love
end of
it.
that,
I feel
though,
that,
his mother waited for like 6 years.
Between seeing him?
Yeah,
Right about. I wouldn't
6 years
say
before she got to see him.
waited.
More like work towards.
Yeah. Work towards being able to.
Yeah.
But either which way, it's a long time to go without.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. For sure. I know it's been, I don't know. It's been a year and a half since I've seen my first 3. And before that, it was a 7-year spread. 6-year spread. Yeah.
Even 1 year. A lot happens in 1 year.
Hell, a lot
And,
happens in a month.
And a funny offshoot of that, our oldest went and visited his cousins in North Dakota, and I think it'd been a year or 2 since he'd seen them. And there were a lot of assumptions made based on who he was way back when they last saw him, or he last visited, to who he is now. And it totally messed up the experience that they had.
That's unfortunate.
They didn't get a like, hey, this is who he is now. Nice to see you. How you been? What have you been up to or anything? It was just shut down. We're going to judge you based off what we can remember from last time when we were kids. And I feel like that happens a lot when you meet people after not seeing them for a long time.
Yeah, yeah.
You hold on to what they used to be or who they were back then.
And it's hard to let them back in any capacity depending on how that past relationship was perceived. Yeah, for sure.
Or being open to the fact that a lot could have changed in that time. Because I know I hold some angst with other people. Like, oh, how much could you really change? Okay, all right, try and not be judgmental and like, okay, let's see who they are today.
Let's see who they are today.
It's hard to do.
Yeah.
Keeping an open mind, coming from understanding. I like to call it understanding because it really does stem from you. Like, really, truly, when you start understanding more of yourself, when you start giving yourself that grace, it's easier to give it to others because you can see those other perspectives. And then you realize it doesn't matter which perspective is true, as long as you have something that allows you to just work through whatever it is that you're feeling. So if it does take that whole, let's give them the benefit of the doubt. I don't have to do it every time, but I have the energy to do it this time, or maybe I don't have the energy to go into it, so I'm going to give them the benefit of the doubt.
You know, I feel like my
You know?
greatest exercise is my ex.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Mm.
There have been some times where I'm like, excuse you, dude, I'm not the same person that you knew back then, okay? You don't get to treat me like that anymore. But then at the same time, I'm looking at him like, oh, he's just this person. Like, okay.
Not that guy, but also,
He's trying,
okay.
Whitney, okay? So you should also be like, okay, a lot of time has passed. Let's see who we are meeting today.
I acquiesce to what you are trying to present, even if it is way after the fact. Yeah.
Old triggers.
Yeah,
Old
man,
wounds.
old triggers are hard. And then like to be able to recognize them and then feel safe enough to bring them up to like whoever it is that directly brought that trigger and being like, I'm not accusing you, but this showed up and I kind of want to hash it out, you know, like maybe you could help me with the understandings of where you're coming from. Or maybe it's something more of like, I see what you're saying and I see where you're coming from. That brought something in me and I gotta go work on that for a little bit. So I'll be back. I'm not gonna take it personally, but I definitely know
For sure.
is something that needs to be addressed in some capacity.
Yeah, even just admitting like there's some things that I need to address overall.
Mm-hmm.
It's been nice. It's like once you can leave that little opening for, okay, we'll be open to receiving whatever they are right now. It's like a breath of fresh air.
Yeah, especially
Somebody
because
cut a cucumber.
You already know how to cut people off, right? You already know how to distance them. You've done that work. So really, honestly and truly, allowing somebody to show up and giving them the opportunity to show up as a new version of self, it should be like an excitement for you because you get the opportunity to see somebody bring themselves in a new way. And if they don't, well, you already know how to cut them off. You did it once. You can do it a lot quicker this time. You just cut right through the bullshit.
Boundaries.
You see the red flags. Yep. My big one has been the executive dysfunction, man. Really, really trying to work my brain around that. I feel like I'm on the precipice of something big, but we're talking years of trying to figure out how to just get right? Like,
right?
I've gone through all the things. I figured out the physical portion, like the malnourishment, if you will, and making sure you've got proper brain foods going on to help with all that. You know, the physical aspect
hard,
of health.
Man. There's that progressive commercial where she gives that speech at graduation. Like, one of the hardest things about being an adult is what's for dinner every night.
Oh, that's still a hard one. That'll never get
Especially when the kids aren't here.
It's worse when the kids are here because they never agree. I finally got to the point where like I don't ask.
There's like an obligation to prepare something at each, interval of the day.
Mm-hmm.
Or like, hey, it's been so long, I should probably make something. As opposed to if it's just me, I'm like, I'm not hungry. I'll probably eat tomorrow morning.
Yeah, I feel that.
I wouldn't do that if the kids were here.
I so feel that. My weeks are like that. My weeks I like gotta fight to eat. Like, oh gosh, I actually gotta make food. Like, I'm feeling like I need to eat. I can wait a little bit longer. Like, I don't actually.
Hey, friends should come over so that I can cook.
Yeah, you're not wrong. You're not wrong.
We need to throw a barbecue.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, if we have people over, we'll cook. But if it's just us, you know what? There's a box of saltines. It'll be fine.
Tomorrow morning, what? Sorry, guys. I gotta look at this real quick. No, don't do that.
Ooh.
What? No, I don't. I didn't say I could do Thursday, bro. You said Sunday.
That's what I'm saying, man. Work it out Wednesday. It just was meant to be today.
You said Sunday, bro, Steve. Right? On the 3rd. It's today. Oh, today's the 3rd. I thought. No, today's not the 3rd.
Today's the 2nd.
Today's the 2nd. Yeah, tomorrow's the 3rd. Oh, fuck.
I ain't doing nothing. You need to stand in. Yeah, shit's on Monday.
Okay.
It's Wednesday.
Hold on.
Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. That's coming up quick. It seems so much further.
It was a whole week away.
It was.
Still 4 days away.
I suppose, but thinking of it like it's Thursday or Friday is the 4th of July. And then the kids have dentist appointments coming up because the kids have braces now.
It's a job up in Great Falls. Why
And
did I
I've
think it
got
was
scheduled
Sunday?
readings. Oh my goodness.
Okay. All right.
Welcome, Sandra.
Well, hello.
Thanks for showing up.
I gotta step away for a minute and get this
You're good,
worked
man.
out.
You go do that.
Working it out on Wednesdays.
Working it out on a Wednesday. My goodness. Well, I had a whole thing prepared for today, and I did not feel it at all. At all.
It was not bad.
It was just gonna be me reading monotone, and I can't have that. Can't have that. If you're not in it, then just it'll be there. It'll be there.
So we have a lot of notes and great topics for next week.
Yes.
I don't think I'll be here for next week. It depends on my schedule.
Yes, you're starting your new job.
Yes, it's going to
That's
be
so exciting.
weird. Same stuff, different building.
Yes, there are many
Stacking
new opportunities, and it's
Yes.
wild. It's wild how, as much as we practice trying to go with the flow, feeling it and going through it is messy. And there's no getting around the fact that it's messy. It's messy, it's hard, it's emotional. But the way that things work out, it's the proof in the pudding, man. Everything works out the way it needs to.
I was thinking about it, and before I moved over to Boise Cascade, I was talking about moving over to North Park for Chance.
Mhm.
And I went to apply, and they had just closed the job application process for that company. And I was like, well, shit. And that's when I got the opportunity to Boise Cascade. And I just thought it was crazy that the job that I had wanted prior to this opened up right at the same time. And had I waited, I was going to wait until after our vacation.
Mm-hmm.
Well, they closed the job listing like shortly after I had applied, so it wouldn't have been there. That opportunity would have been gone. So I think everything kind of happened in the way that it was supposed to.
The kicker, though, was that he was hired last Thursday.
Did I get to tell you about that? So I called my buddy Chance. I got an email saying I got the job.
Yeah.
And, or no, I had gotten an email about something related to the job. And I was like, it was stating that they had put in my request for a background check. And so finally I called them and I was like, hey, where are we at on all of this? Like, how's the application process going?
This was
Do I
Monday.
have the job? Yeah, that was Monday morning. And they were like, oh, well, we're waiting on you to go do a UA. And I was like, oh, I already did that. So the guy was like, well, let me call them and just check, just see where they're at. Because I was talking to some guy in Colorado. And so he gets off the phone, 45 minutes goes by, and he calls me. He's like, oh, I guess they're just waiting on a start date. When can you start? And I was like,
you motherfuckers.
I can start tomorrow. And they were like, oh, okay, cool. Well, it's a holiday week. You'd be starting midweek. Let's just start next week on Monday, start fresh. It'll be easier for payroll and everything. I was like, all right, man, that's cool.
Thanks for making me wait more.
So I called my buddy Chance. And he was like, hey, so you got the job. Congrats. And I was like, I did, yeah. How'd you know? And he was like, oh, Kelly called me last Thursday. Kelly's a line haul driver that I know.
That's so funny.
He knew fucking a weekend before I did. So that weekend had hit, right? And I'm getting nervous at this point. It's been 2 full weeks.
Yeah.
The job I've been looking for, I didn't get. I thought. I was like, okay, well, clearly I didn't get that one. They haven't called me.
Right.
So I'm busting my butt going out there, and like I'm hitting up all the bars, going back into bartending, and checking every avenue that I can to try to get some work. And yeah, then Monday I find out that that was all irrelevant. Had they called me on Thursday, I could have started on Monday, but they probably didn't want that because it's a holiday week anyways. So
They're like, we'll just wait for him to call us. I'm pretty sure he'll call us. Ain't that the damnedest thing?
So I'm gonna give him hell for that when I get in there. Like, hey, just so you know, if you hire a guy,
You should call him, let him know they got the job.
you should probably let him know, because I was pretty close to
Just not.
moving somewhere else for a job.
Gosh, wouldn't that have pissed you off? Because then you would have like gone, found another job,
Stop.
and you'd have heard it from some other guy that got the job. Yeah, they were supposed to hire some guy named Rick, but like
I don't know. You never showed
he
up.
just never showed up.
You gotta fucking call me.
Could you imagine?
Or if I had got the job and then they called me and I had already started another job,
Oh yeah,
I'd feel so bad leaving it to go to the other place. I might not do it.
I would do it full on. Be like, well, guys, I appreciate you giving me a job. They dropped the ball, and like I totally would stay with you. I'm about loyalty, but I've been with you long enough to really show it to you, and they pay way more. So have a great day. But thank you for the opportunity.
I don't know, man. If I would have gotten into like a good bar to be a casino attendant or a bartender,
Yeah, they make good money.
dude, really good money. I mean, it's not guaranteed money, but it's still that it is what you put into it.
I tell you what, man, there's something about living on faith that just works.
Yeah.
That's what we're saying. Everything just worked out the way that it needed to.
Mm-hmm. You know what I think it is? Faith.
Oh my gosh, Felicia, stop.
Faith
Hi,
and
Felicia. Oh, she's not here.
faith and yeah, because she wouldn't be texting. Faith and belief, man. Those are core pillars of truth, right? And they're unwavering. So when you have faith and belief in the path that you're choosing and the direction that you're going, and you have enough of it, nothing dissuades that truth. Your truth stands stronger than the circumstances of your surroundings. And you watch it cut through some bullshit, man. It's beautiful. And then it's like reinstill value into yourself because you recognize that you are the self doing the things, you know? Or even in a God sense of it, like having your faith in God and like building that pillar of truth of knowing that what He gives you is truth in its rawest form, that's in accordance to your authenticity. You can't go wrong with it, right? So however you choose to view it to make it make sense of the world.
Changing jobs, period, is
Mhm.
super duper stressful.
And how
Job searching
faith
is stressful. So
I know, though, filling out the applications, like shit, it's the work history that gets me in the fucking pants. I'm like, gosh, this is why they make fucking resumes, excuse my French. Feeling strongly.
the stress that it puts on a relationship though
Mm-hmm.
is fucking beautiful, because I can remember going job hunting and freaking out and trying to figure out a right job for myself, and leaning on him, like, gosh, it really digs at my ego, like I'm not worth hiring, or I got to prove myself to these people, or what am I even going to do with my life if I can't do this? Am I even human? Why do you like me? Oh my gosh, I suck. Nobody wants to hire me.
Yeah, mine was like this job just doesn't feel right. Like if I really wanted this job, I would have already put the application, but I'm not putting forth the effort. It doesn't call to me.
Inside of a relationship,
And
though.
then, yeah, even inside of a relationship, I was like that. But then, like, you also are sitting there because you're
it's
looking
like
like
the outside pressure that I put on myself.
Yeah,
Like,
well-
you're looking at me bad
well, you're looking
because I can't do it.
Yeah, that's just exactly it. You get in your own head and you're like, man, now my spouse probably thinks I'm worthless and I'm not doing anything and I can't commit because I'm waiting on a feeling. And for some people that's like it's just talking out your ass. Just go get something. Just go find something. Do something. But I think we all know. I think we all innately know that when we go looking for a job, if we just settle, we're not going to go find something different. We're just going to get used to what's there because we're already working it. So. And then like the newness of a job takes a lot of your focus and attention. So to like go step into a job to make money while trying to find something else is not something that you hear about happening very often because the amount of energy and focus it takes. to do
learn,
that.
Learn the new systems, learn the new facility.
Mm-hmm. And most people want you to stick around, so you're already thinking, well, that's like a month, 2 months before I can even think about looking at a job, so I can feel comfortable. But like 3 months. After 3 months, I'm gonna stay, and I know that, so I gotta get out of there before the 3-month marker. And then you get into that lull of like, this really isn't so bad. So I really would put in the effort of finding another job. Like I pretty much got this one learned. And the bullshit isn't intolerable. Like there could be some better things.
And then the number game. Like how long were you there? How come you didn't stay that long? Oh, it looked better if I had stayed there for a year or two. Then I can put that on a resume.
I never worried about that. I did all the time. Like water. I went through jobs like
and
water.
What are they gonna say about me? You gotta do it right. Gotta put in my 2 weeks. Gotta serve out my 2 weeks. No matter how they treat me, I gotta be that good person so I can get a good review.
Isn't it great that we're in a day and age where like that has fallen apart thanks to Gen
we
Z.
come from that upbringing, so doing that is hard.
But Gen Z went and abolished it, so we don't have to live in that trauma.
It was so hard to put my foot down at my one job where I had to appeal the write-up. I'm like, dude, you're not treating me right. And no, you can poop on it, cover it in sugar, and do whatever else you want to, and call it something else. But that's not what it is. It's not okay to treat me like that. I deserve better. I am an amazing worker. And walk away. This is so freaking hard. And then watching him do the same thing and fighting back and be like, no, you don't get to treat me like that. I don't care if I'm just a worker and you're a manager. You don't treat people like that. That, like, they're going to leave bad reviews. What if my other new employer calls them and says something bad? Like, technically you're supposed to say, yes, this person worked here, or no, they didn't work here. These are their dates that they stayed, and this is maybe the reason they got fired. But people talk, It's terrifying. Yeah. I have a good resume. Don't mess up my resume. Don't put a smudge on it.
Just because you feel the way you do about a situation.
I seriously contemplated going like real rogue and making sure those guys didn't say negative things.
I love it. Oh man! You know what? I think they learned their lesson because like you went and fought them twice. They probably knew like if they said some shit and you found out, and you probably would that it would get back, and then it would be a whole thing.
Well, and part of the problem was when I left there, the reason they were trying to get rid of me was I broke up a fight between two guys.
Yeah.
And because of the way it worked out, I ended up having to physically separate one of those guys from the other guy. And because it got physical, they were like, this is our opportunity. We can get rid of him because of this.
On technicalities. Isn't that some sneaky political bullshit? I'm going to call it what it is.
That's the thing, though.
It's an agenda. And it's a selfish agenda. You know what I love about selfish agenda? It always bites them in the ass so hard.
It's always the new management. New management coming in always throws the old
even if they don't.
Out.
And even if they don't, like think about it. Like not only are they gonna have to hire somebody to replace you, but in the meantime of hiring somebody that's replacing you, you have to. They're like think of all the extra overtime that they're gonna have to pay out because your productivity is not there for them to have to lean on.
They've been feeling it. I've stayed in contact with some of the guys, and they're feeling it.
I bet. Yeah. Oh man,
that's the best. So you hope you leave a hole when you leave a place, especially on bad terms.
I'm replaceable, but I'll tell you what, you're gonna feel that replacement. You're gonna feeling it. Like it's gonna hurt. It's a big chunk that you're letting go of.
There's only one other guy that could stage trucks. There's nobody left to train the people that were deemed untrainable. Like Jordan constantly fought with them. Cody wasn't comfortable doing it because he was not about conflict. None of the other guys have been there long enough to train anybody. So whenever
that was my like yes when I left that last place, like, oh, I was your trainer. I made the training system. Oh, buddy.
You took it with you, didn't you?
I did. I took it with me because I made it. So yeah. It'd be easily make another one. But the fact that they didn't take the time to make one, and I did, like, ooh, be lazy. You're gonna have to get off your butt and type it into this. Do it yourself, man.
They had nothing in place, so she made their standard operating.
Yeah, I remember that.
She was like, fuck you guys, I'm taking this with me. You guys can eat it too.
I do too. Fuck that.
But it is something new in this day and age that you can really absolutely find your passion and make it a job.
Mm-hmm. And I think people learned that through COVID.
Mm-hmm.
When everything got shut down during COVID, everybody looked at it like, listen, you say I'm non-essential. My function in society isn't an essential function. Well, fuck you then. I'm going to make my own function that can't be shut down. And that's why they had such a hell of a time bringing people back into office scenarios.
Yeah, you spend that long isolated and recognizing you still make ends meet. Why would you go back into an office? You know? When the productivity is through the roof, why would they even bother building offices at that point?
Well, that and I don't know. I think the good reset for everybody was like, oh, I am not in that go mode. And I've gotten to take time and think about what I want and how I feel. And I don't like that feeling. I don't want to do that anymore. I can find something that I enjoy doing where I am happy to show up to work, where I feel good. And like, I don't know, maybe I want to stay at work a little longer instead of staying home, not because home's bad, but because I love what I do.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Well, not only that, but I mean, even the people that found that they could take their 8-hour day that they'd be stuck in that office, they could knock out all of the same work in 4 hours. They could use the other 4 hours for a passion project and be able to spend more time with their wife, their kids, spend more time doing their hobby, what they want to do.
The times where I knock out so much work in 30 minutes feels so wrong. Like, oh my gosh, I was dreading doing this, and it only took 30 minutes. And now I have my whole day. I could use this time and do some other things that I know need to be done, or I could work on some other stuff because, I started doing it. But
See,
I got all that work done in 30 minutes, and I don't care. I'm going to celebrate by fucking off.
I think go for a walk. When you have those moments of like, I could be doing this, I think the mind frame, that's where the mind frame needs to switch from I could be doing this to what level of inspiration does this bring me? And then you can start gauging things by inspiration level, and then you can look at which ones you can build on to be more inspired to actually step into it, right? So then you're not sitting there fighting the executive function. You're allowing yourself to latch to the feeling of creating. Okay.
I actually wanted to paint the other day. I actually wanted to paint. I had the time. I had the opportunity for a brief moment.
So I feel about my wire wrapping tonight. I'm really excited. And it works out because, like, since that job is tomorrow and not on Sunday, my kids are going to go over to my grandma's. Shoot, I got to reschedule that with April. I do, man. That's a bummer.
That was it, man?
Yeah, and there's no way that's happening. My job's on Grayville Halls. And I'm the driver. Yeah. That's 2.5 hours in one direction. But anyway, besides that, like, that means that'll give me more time to be put into this wire wrap. I don't have to feel like it needs to be a rush project. I don't have to feel like I've got a time limit on it. I can just
let the inspiration flow.
Yeah.
Everything happens for a reason.
Mm-hmm.
Weird how things work out.
Right? I know, because otherwise there's no way having my kids and trying to wire wrap tonight. Maybe. I don't know. 50-50.
That time after the symphony in the park, we were supposed to hang out. That messed me up.
I could tell.
So bad.
I could tell.
So bad. It's just a change in plans.
3 different times. Boom, boom, boom.
Do you have anything going on? No, but I'm doing whatever comes at the whim, and that's kind of my plan. And now I don't. Now I have a schedule, and that's so frustrating.
Why do you need to go all the way to Lockwood?
Because that's where his girlfriend lives.
I thought she lived in Laurel.
Oh, no. Okay, so I had to go to Laurel to pick him up. And then my daughter called and asked me to pick up her cousin. And I was about to come up on the area where I'd be passing her house. And I'm like, well, do I want to? No. But I could just swing in right there and do it. And I'm already in the car driving. There's no reason I can't. I don't have a good excuse. I'm just going to do it. You know what? Yeah, sure. I'll drive all the way out to Lockwood. Just say, no, Whitney, no, we're going out to Lockwood. And then we're out to Lockwood, and it's dark, and I've passed 3 cops, and my headlight's not on. Ugh. You know what? It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. No, it's late. You don't show up to people's houses late. Everybody comes to my house late. No! It's all the way out on the west end. My headlight's not working. You know what? It's already stressful. You know what? It's fine. It's fine. We're not going to do it. No, Whitney, if you don't do it, you're going to cry. You really wanted to relax and do this. No, it's fine. I don't need to. Just say no. We're not doing it. Now we're going to cry.
Oh, man.
But we already said we're not doing it.
I was...
And it all worked out in the end anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, that felt like a just patch. I'm like, just let it happen, Whitney. No, he's just doing it because you feel bad. Exactly, Whitney. He's doing it because you feel bad. You're being a pussy.
You try to make your situation better.
I've got an excuse. Just enjoy it. Relax, Whitney. Relax.
I really felt it. And you're like,
But then I won in Catan, so I felt so much better.
I'm not picking was like, oh, okay.
I'm not making any decisions. Like,
All right, that's where we're at.
I got you.
Yeah. Let the games begin.
Words.
And then she stomped a mud hole in our asses in all of the games we played.
She needed a ruthless stomp through. She got it.
Yeah, that felt like he gave that to me.
Nobody.
No.
Gave it to you.
We absolutely did not.
Like,
You just whooped our asses.
I wanted really
oh my
badly
God,
to
if
win.
I lose,
Once
I'm gonna be
realized
so
I was
mad.
1 point away. Once I was 1 point away, I was like, "Oh, Whitney, watch out! Here I come! I can make this happen!" Just 1 fucking card away, just 1.
I thought about that too when we suggested games. I was like, oh my gosh, relax, Whitney, relax. No, if we play games and I lose, I'm gonna be even more mad. Oh no, it's fine. It's fine. Just relax. But I won, so it was fine.
All of the games. Fucking ridiculous.
Oh, you guys rock. Made my night better.
That gold spot really fucked me on the second game. Why didn't I think to use that?
Settlers
Awesome
of
that was.
Catan. If you haven't played it, you should.
Mhm.
It is. a
Maybe
great
not
game.
with me.
Steph says you're a good mama and an auntie, and we love you.
And I love you, Steph. Thank you.
Uh,
Oh, you're amazing.
that wall is so bare, but I thought about it, and if I'm gonna switch that stuff over here eventually soon, then
What,
I
the
need
TV? Oh, the TV?
Yeah, then I need something like that as well, not this one. But they're almost the same size.
Tapestry, man.
Yeah, I just haven't found one that really calls to me. And honestly, I feel like I want the portrait vibe. I think I want an abstract painting in a portrait.
An abstract
frame.
painting in a frame.
Yeah.
A fancy frame.
Mm-hmm.
Have you been to 406
406 what?
class?
Yeah.
Dude, they've got some amazing art.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you
That's
go.
what you know.
So there's the one on 24th. 406 class. I go there for all kinds of stuff.
I
They have
refuse to go to the
wonderful stuff.
downtown branch.
Um,
So if it's in the downtown branch, I think.
no, it's 24th or 32nd and King.
Yeah.
Mhm,
There's
mhm.
one over there, and then
Right
there's
next to
one
the
on.
town pump.
24th.
Oh yeah, that one.
Yeah.
I've only been in there once or twice.
Next
They've
to
got
Buffalo
some
Wild
great
Wings.
stuff as far as art goes.
No, that's not 24th and King. That's 24th and Mountain.
They have 2 locations. Well, they have multiple locations, but there was one on 24th, right next to Buffalo Wild Wings.
And then there's one on 32nd and King.
Mhm.
That one that was the Pipe World or whatever next to Town Pump.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, but they both have art
Okay.
So
and
on
discontent.
on the less eclectic side, the 2 3D images that I got for Whitney that are hanging up in the kitchen, those both came from 406.
Okay.
And I want to say they were 2 for $50, but the guy gave them to me for 2 for $30 or something like that.
Right on.
Um,
I'm gonna
They're
check
really
it
good
out.
at haggling.
I really like the one.
or I
on
guess they're
Long
really
Island.
bad at haggling.
I don't know. So I
I
like.
know they keep me going back.
Yeah, I
You know,
say I
if
like
you
that
get
one
5
on Long
items,
Island. I
it's
go there
supposed
a
to be
lot.
78, but we'll just sell it to you for 30, because you got 6 things. So, it was supposed to be 80, but you're gonna give it to me for 30. I mean, I'm not gonna complain.
Missing out on points doing that. Yeah.
Mm,
Should you
Yeah.
save the money?
we go
Sorry,
enough.
data.
That's fine.
I don't
He
know
knows
where
all their
that is.
names.
Yeah. I tried to get snow out everywhere I go.
I broke my smoking apparatus. I'm not happy.
I've got great news.
4 and 6.
I know, that's where I got my other two. I'm gonna have to go. I just don't want to go back there and tell them again.
So don't tell them.
Why are you getting a new piece this time? Just because.
July,
Feels
August,
like it's time.
September, October. Got 4 months until our vendor show.
Oh my gosh. That's right around the corner. I forgot all about that.
Well, I thought it was August. I was like, oh my gosh, it's July. We only have until August. Wait, no. August, September. Okay, we got 4 months. 4 months until our... and a speech. Speaking of, you gotta record me and I gotta record you.
For what?
When you give your speech.
What speech?
You're giving a speech.
A lecture?
Lecture, whatever. You're talking for 20 minutes.
Bro, I'm totally... I only got 20 minutes. Alright. Well, I wonder what I'm going to talk on.
Super excited.
Probably. I think I already said I was going to do the scarcity mindset, scarcity mentality.
Get ready to set up a booth.
Speaking of that, 18th-ish, the weekend after that, we can go shopping for booth supplies for traveling booths.
Oh yes, I found this really cool one. It's like a pop-up. I don't think it'll work for where we're gonna be, but in the future, actually it might. I don't know. Anyways, it's got like this area on the front where you can put letters up, so we could I could put, esoteric liminal horizons on the top, and then I can decorate the inside with the lights and put up things on the walls. Yeah. And then it would section off from the other booths. So cool. I could create a whole vibe.
And there's room in there for
Table.
2 tables and a hallway between the two, so you guys can have your sides.
Okay.
Oh!
Right on. That's exciting.
I want to go camping.
Me too.
We haven't set up that yurt in so long.
No, we haven't.
Sounds like a headache.
It's not that bad.
Well, hello, little buddy. How are you? You can sit here if you want. Yeah, no, it's honestly a lot easier than most tents. I thought it was going to be a pain in the ass.
Happy July. Happy July.
Happy 4th of July,
Sunburn,
guys.
Crazy high temperatures.
What are you guys
all the
doing for your
beautiful
4th?
storms. Loving them, huh?
Just asking the audience. What are they doing for the 4th? What are you guys up to? What are your plans?
What are you doing for the 4th of July? Are you going to Laurel for the firework parade?
You guys, you didn't hear it from
4th
me.
4th of July parade?
But it's the last fireworks show you're going to see in Laurel.
What?
They're turning it into a soccer field. I've got it on good authority.
Huh.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how long the Metro has been doing.
That's what I said. Why can't they just drop a bunch of plywood? But as far as I understand it, the people that are running it, they said this is their last year because they no longer have that field available to them because it's turned into a soccer field. So maybe things get worked around, but I mean, that was what I heard. That was the rumor in the rumor mill.
Well, at any rate, there's also the Metro is putting on program.
Metro, Castle Rock. I don't know how long the Metro's been doing stuff, but that feels kind of new.
I'm so excited to take you guys to my spot. It's hands down the best. You can't.
So this year we get to hang out with Brayden for the 4th of July.
Yep.
Go to a secret spot.
Yep.
Do a little bit of hiking.
It's like a half-mile trek. There's quite a bit of ups and downs, but yeah.
Steph's just doing it at her place. Light them off there.
Light them up, light them up.
Not supposed to light them off inside city limits.
We didn't hear that. Yeah, but who follows that? It's the 4th. It's Freedom Day. You're gonna restrict my freedoms
on Freedom
They
Day?
ask for volunteers,
Bro,
and they get paid extra. My dad always volunteered
You guys-
for 4th of July.
You guys gotta just set up some stuff with your neighbors so they go off at different times, around the neighborhood, right? So you got the cops chasing they can't quite pin down who's doing what
Oh
because
my
it's not ever
goodness.
coming up from the same spot.
Braden's a bad kid.
I don't know what you're talking about.
That's genius.
Or you just
Celebration
have friends
freedoms.
that live in Laurel or Lockwood or outside the city limits, and you make plans to do it out there. Which is why we always hung out with Eric, because he lives in Lockwood.
You just take the
He's
mortar
outside
shell
city
with you and
limits.
then you drop one in the middle of the street, send it off, and then just head down a couple blocks and do it again.
Or you and your neighbors get together, arm yourselves, set up barricades. Don't do that.
She puts the scanner on and listens.
Yes, you get it.
Hey, that's smart.
Yeah.
All right, guys, time
That's
to
a
put
good
them
one.
away. We'll pull them back out here in like 20 minutes. They're on their way. Smart. That's way smart.
Steal some traffic cones. Set them up. Close off your block.
I gotta send out your I wonder did Josh get
Bert
back to me
Kreischer,
after giving
if you're
him
gonna
that scarecrow?
buy traffic cones, make sure that you check the quantity. You might end up with 240 8-foot traffic cones.
Ooh,
Right.
baby, I love the way every day. I'm excited. I was given just like, not a lot of fireworks, but enough to put on like a half decent show. And I'm mostly excited because we let off 2 of them in the back of Alva's backyard and Iris's backyard. And man, they were like feel it in your chest big. I'm like, oh yes, these are gonna be great. Oh, I'm so stoked. And I got a bunch of little firecrackers. So I'm gonna have to fuck around with fire.
Julian got a bunch of
M200s.
yeah.
Oh, this is a little like
They're silver in color. They're like a M80 but stronger.
okay.
So blowing
Waterproof,
stuff
like?
up. He
They
said he
have
was
to
gonna
have
take
that,
them
yeah,
apart
that's silver.
and make a bigger firework. Like, don't take your fireworks apart, people.
You
That's
know-
how you blow phalanges off.
You just tell him start with sparkler bombs. If he can do those
No.
responsibly, then he can work towards
You have, like,
disassembling them.
Somebody who's
I don't know
trained
about
to
you.
show you.
But the sparkler bombs I made blew the trunk off the car.
Oh my gosh.
Did you do it
I
with
have
duct
seen
tape
too
or
many
electric tape?
videos of people blowing this.
Electric tape is wow.
You know how
Yeah.
many issues people had with like gender reveal little bombs to set off?
Like that lady that did Tannerite.
For real. Homemade pipe bombs.
Oh my gosh.
Well, and that was
People-
the thing. She put it down into
You
a
blow
pipe,
off
thinking
body
it was
parts,
just gonna
people.
smoke, turned it into a pipe bomb, and then ended
The
up
blew up
shrapnel
the whole
came out
dying.
everywhere.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
We blew a hole in the gravel road of my grandma's house way back when we were younger with a sparkler bomb. And the boom that it made, my grandma came outside. What are you guys doing? And my older cousins were like,
No,
I come running around the corner. What was that? You just see this big old smoking hole. You see a bunch of kids standing around it. Like, you don't see nothing.
it was just we blew up. It was fine.
It's fine.
Be safe this 4th of July.
Yes.
Be safe.
Read your fireworks. Make sure you know what you're buying. I
Don't
bought
drink
a
and
really big
drive.
smoke bomb thinking it was a firecracker, and it was not.
Mm-hmm.
Oh
yeah.
no.
Well, you know, like we got a lot of rain coming tomorrow, so there's that. That's
Should be raining tonight too, I believe.
Yes. Keep your punks around. Keep them away from the kids. Keep a bucket of water around. If you put your used fireworks together, they have a good chance of lighting on fire. Be safe this year, people. No blowing up fingers, no hurting each other. We're going to come back next Wednesday and you're all going to be in one piece and just fine.
we're
Yes.
Happy 4th of July. Happy Work It Out Wednesday. Next week, we'll be talking about feelings in the body, the sensations.
Maybe touching on brain
Ugh,
bits.
what was it?
I was gonna be like, oh, my throat, no, we can't see that.
Hippocampus.
Why not?
Hypothalamus.
I'm excited for that. It'll be a good one, especially
We'll go a little bit sciencey next week. I've got a diagram to show off.
we're gonna touch on.
Biology lesson.
We're gonna touch on human parts
And
and the actual
giggity.
science of them. All right.
The science behind the way that your body stores the emotions. I'm excited. I'm good for our Working Out Wednesday.
Wait, hold on. Where? How long have we gone for? I'm just curious. Oh yeah, we're good. We hit our threshold. quota has been met, you guys.
Now that you know about it.
Huzzah. Yeah, I had no idea. All right, guys. So for the longest time, we try to make these anywhere between an hour and a half. Sometimes they get longer. Very seldomly are they shorter. I never understood why. So, we would be what I thought was done, and then Whitney would just keep on talking about our subject, and I'm just like, oh, okay, we're going along for the ride, right? So we're not done talking about it. I guess we can think of more things to say. And then one day she goes, Brayden, I really want our lives to be at least an hour. And I was like, oh, so that's why you're doing the talking thing. Oh, I never put two and two together, not once. I just thought we wanted to keep talking. It's like, all right, I'm here for it. Man, when things click, I'm telling you, there are moments where I know I am a brilliant soul, and then there are moments where, but am I? What am I? I missed it by a mile on that one, and it was right in front of me. It's good stuff. I love it.
Steph says your hair looks really good.
Thank you, Steph. I appreciate it.
If none of you can tell, Brayden has dreads now. A full head of dreads.
Yeah. I guess I never really made that announcement.
We didn't know. It was just kind of, your hair was pulled back so you couldn't really see. But Brayden has dreads.
Brayden has dreads, and they're a pain in the ass. I don't recommend them to anybody.
Which is hilarious to hear because not too long ago, I was getting peer pressure from both sides saying I should absolutely do mine.
Bro, you definitely should.
See what I'm saying?
Well, for the motorcycle ride, it really helps. It's really nice.
I like them. They're not high maintenance, but man. I had to go get a whole set of head stuff. And you got the do-rag, and you got the shower cap, and you got satin pillow covers.
It is a lot of maintenance.
It is a lot of maintenance, and I got this today.
But
as much maintenance.
It depends on why you want to get your dreads, what kind of dreads you want, and what is the relationship with your dreads.
I should have gone for thicker
mine was a part of the whole accepting myself and loving myself, and this is.
Mine was realizing.
This is mine.
Mine was realizing a desire for 10
These
years.
are special.
Always wanting dreads and never being old enough to do it. So just do it. And Eris was like, I would really like to see those before I leave. I was like, okay, that's reason enough. I can make it happen.
And
the maintenance is self-love. It is time I take with my hair.
Yeah, you're not wrong there.
The only reason I have a beard and long hair is because when I cut this stuff off, I look entirely different. This is my alias.
He says on live camera to go all over the internet.
Well, I feel safe doing it now because I don't do nearly as much stupid shit as I used to. This is a habit at this point, but yeah, for a long time.
It is a look, though. Oh, did I tell? Oh, I don't know if I told you. I probably told you guys. But anyways, I was coaching volleyball, right? So when we were at the symphony in the park, I had 2 little girls from volleyball come up to me and say hi. It's like, oh my gosh, of course they recognized me. Of course they recognized me.
That's good stuff.
But it felt really good. You have a look. You absolutely have a look. As do you.
It was super adorable. It was this tiny little blonde kid. She runs up and she just stands there and stares at us. She didn't say
How
nothing.
do I socially interact?
And then Whitney was like, "Hey there," and she's like, "Hi." And she looked kind of like one of our friends' kids. And I thought for a second, I was like, no, that's not the same kid, is it? She looks too small. And then it clicked with her, and she was like, "How are you still practicing?" And then that's when it clicked with me, okay, this is one of those volleyball kids. Got it.
But she didn't say nothing. I'm like, "What are you doing? How are you doing?" "I'm doing good." "So what do you have? What have you done here? Have you gone and gotten a balloon animal or anything?"
She was like, "Yeah, I got a balloon." I was like, "Cool.
Where
What
your
color
parents?
is your balloon?"
"Over there."
"You have parents." Right?
"Okay." "Well, it's good to see you." It was still cute. It felt good. She recognized, and she came up to me afterwards and said hi. It was nice. Made me feel good. But I think that's it.
She looked so excited to see you.
Brayden's on his phone, so we're gonna call it quits.
Sorry, guys. Yeah, I'm still figuring it out Wednesday with my life.
Weird Wednesday.
All right,
Love
thank
you
you all.
guys.
Appreciate you. Have a great day.
Y'all be safe.